Hi everybody, Cynthia here. Back to share with you the tutorial on how to make this paper snowflake ornament. Okay, it looks like this. I already showed you guys how to make the ones that, as you can see, I haven't finished mine all yet, but I already did the tutorial and showed you guys how to make this one here. It's very dimensional. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make this one, which is a little bit flatter, but it still has a lot of nice dimension. Alright, so let's get started. What you're going to need, and what I would suggest to get the two different looks here, see how you see the green and then the pattern paper, use double-sided paper. So I'm going to be using a sheet from the DCW V-Stack. It's the Winter Basics. Okay, it's a 6x6 sheet of paper, and it's double-sided. And pretty much all I do is I'm going to cut this. I should really move these from my desk. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut that white piece off up top here. Okay, because we don't need that. But basically, from one sheet of 6x6, you will get one ornament. So if you're using 12 by 12 paper, you'll end up getting 4 out of one sheet. So what I'm going to do is line it up to my 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to cut myself 12 1/2 inch strips. Okay. So they should look like this, 1/2 inch. I've already done that with my other paper. Okay. So what you want to do is take 6 strips, and you're pretty much going to start this out like the other one. You're going to line up 2 with the one pattern, and in the middle you want a different, flip it over and do a different pattern. Okay, so line the 3 up, and then hold them. I usually hold them at the bottom, and then I'll weave my paper. So I go underneath the first one, over the second, underneath the third, and I kind of try and center it towards the bottom. Okay, well, not really the bottom, but in the middle. So then our next weave is going to be over, under, and over. Okay, and match that, take that down to the next one, kind of make it tight in there. And then our last weave is going to be under, over, and under. Okay, so you should have something that looks like that. And basically I just kind of squeeze them into the center, close to the center, and I'll turn it around and look at it from all the angles just to make sure that it's even all the way around. And then once I have it where I think it looks pretty good, I'll put my fingers down on it, and then I'll flip the papers up and just add a little bit of adhesive underneath, because you want to glue it down in the center so none of the papers shift or move on you. Okay, so flip that up, add some glue, flip this piece up and add some glue. I'll try and turn it around carefully here. Still lined up pretty good. Okay, add a little more glue. Hopefully I'm in camera here. Okay, I'm gonna flip it around because this piece is still loose here, as you can kind of see. So I'm gonna just flip that up, a little bit of glue, a little bit of glue. Okay, so now none of my pieces will move. They're all glued in the center there. Now what you're gonna want to do, the last one that I showed you like this, you basically put these two together on top of each other. This time you're going to take these two pieces here, kind of have it like an X, okay? Let me adjust my camera so I can get in here better for you. You're going to take the two pieces, the two snowflake pieces here. You're going to flip them away from you, and you're going to add a little bit of adhesive here, and you're going to meet the ends up. So it looks like that, okay? So I'll do that for you again. The 2 snowflake pieces, you're gonna push them away from you. See how I'm doing that? Flip them around, and then you're gonna adhere them together on the ends. So let me grab a little bit of adhesive. Okay. Away. Match them up on the end, line them up really good. Okay, so you should have something that looks like that. You're going to turn it around and you're going to do these 2 darker pieces away from you, flip around and match them up. I use a little bit of hot glue. Be careful not to burn yourself, guys. Okay, so basically you're leaving your center pieces alone for now, and you're just working with the ends of the darker blue pieces. Okay, you're moving them away from you, you're flipping them around a little bit, and then you're matching them up on the ends. Okay. Let me get the other 2 done for you, and then I'll show you. Okay, match them up. So it should look like that. And you got 2 more to go. Just remember, away from you, flip around, and match them up. It takes a little while to maneuver the paper and get the hang of it, but by your second one, you'll be a pro. Whoop. Let me undo that a little bit because I didn't quite match those up. Oh man. I should make a blooper out of this, right? Okay. Match that up. It's very important. Okay, so now you should have that. It should look like this on this side. When you flip it over, it should look like that. Okay, then you're going to get your other 6 strips out and you're going to do the same thing till you end up with 2 that look like this. So now what we're going to do is, we were working on this end, you want to flip them over and you're going to put one on top of the other. Okay, but you're going to put this point in the middle of these 2. So you're going to line them up just like that. Okay, see how I did that? Now, you see the underneath part here, you're going to flip it into and pull it out. Go directly across from it, and you're going to kind of weave those into here. Alright, I'm going to start over so you can see. You're going to put these 2 together, and we're going to start weaving these pieces in the centers of these things here. Okay? So you see how I added them on. Now I have these center pieces. This first one, I'm going to push underneath and just kind of pull it through and let it hang out. This one here, I got to come up top and through. This one here, under and through. This one here, up and through. This one, down and through. This one here, basically up and through. This one goes down and through. This one's up and through until you're all finished. Okay? So now you just want to kind of adjust it a little bit. Make sure you have it looking all even. And this is the part where I adhere it to. A lot of people just adhere these down and leave things sticking out so it looks more like a snowflake. But I like to adhere them and then cut the ends off. So what I'll do is I'll add a little bit of glue to the point, and I'll move this piece just to the edge of that. Then I'll come directly across and do the same thing. Going directly across just makes it line up that much better. Okay, show you what I'm doing. Just line it up right to there. So now you have this piece done and this piece done. Okay, now I'm going to go to these pieces here, and I'm going to do the same thing. Add a little bit of glue to the edge. I'm going to pull this flap to meet right there at the point and adhere it down. Go directly across, and I'm going to do the same thing. And then we'll trim them at the end. Okay, right up to the edge, and you're done. Now you have your underneath pieces to do. So you're going to basically do the same thing. A little bit of glue underneath. Make sure it's in the middle here. And just adhere it down. Okay, go directly across, flip it over, put a little bit of glue here, line it up so it's centered, and adhere it down. I'm going to go to the next pieces. It's very important that you get your strips in the center, or it'll be all out of whack and it won't line up properly. So if you look at it, this is off center, so you just move your piece over till it's in the center and adhere it down. Go directly across, flip it over, line it up so it's in the center. Okay, so basically this is kind of flat in here, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so then what I do is I will flip it around and I'll start trimming. Okay, just trim off those excess pieces. So that's nice and lined up. And I kind of flip it back and forth, as you can see, so that I know where my paper starts and ends. Here we go. Hopefully I'm explaining this okay. Okay, here's another one. Like this one, you can't see where the paper ends, so if you flip it over, you can kind of have a guideline on the other side. Okay, this one you got to flip back over to find your guidelines. Okay, there's no guideline on this side, so you just flip it back over and you can find it here. Okay, so now we have all our excess pieces cut off. It should look something like this. You guys can see the dimension, and it should look like that in the back. And all I do at this point is pretty much decorate it the same way I did before. I'll get some dimensional tape out. Now I like to add a little bit more hot glue to my dimensional tape, my pop dots, just to make sure they really adhere well. I'll adhere it to the center. This snowflake here I punched out from my Recollections Jumbo Snowflake Punch. So I'll add a little bit of glue to the center. And I like to just line the snowflake up in the center, right there. And I think I'm going to go with silver. So I'm going to get a silver snowflake. Now the silver ones I bought in packs, like this. 12 pieces in a pack. I bought them at Michael's. We're going to cut another dimensional piece. Little square here. And I'm going to add some extra hot glue just in case. Put it in the center. Peel it off. And kind of line it up like that. Wait till that dries really good. And I think I want to layer one more, so I'm going to use this little snowflake button, which I cut the shank off in the back. Add some hot glue, and let's see, center it up there. Gotta hold that down for a minute. Oh, I got a red fuzzy in there. I don't know how that happened. Let me get that out. There's so much stuff all over my desk here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and that's the snowflake so far. Almost done. I got this, let's see, Holiday Inspiration ribbon. This is the size I purchased. I got this at Joann's for $2.99, but actually it was on sale for 40% off. And it's really pretty, like silver ribbon. I normally, to get a nice hanger, I will measure it to about 10 inches. Okay, trim this off. I'll take my two bottoms and attach them together, and I'm basically going to make a knot at the bottom. So it looks like that. Okay, I'm going to cut off the excess down here, and we're going to need to punch a hole. Get out my punch. I use my crocodile for this, and I set it at the 3/16 mark. Line it up and punch a hole on one of the points here. Okay, you guys can see that. And then I'll feed it through from the back, because basically I want my knot to be in the back. Just use my tweezers here, kind of push it through. Oh, my fingers don't want to work today. Okay, let me try another pair here. See if I can pull it. There we go. Okay. And I just keep pulling it through until the knot is basically at the back here. And then you have your cute little silver hanger on the front. And that's it, guys. There's your paper snowflake ornament. Hopefully I was in camera and you could see everything. If you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. Have fun making yours. Take care.